Morning, everyone. Morning. Hope everyone's well. Saturday morning, no football for Spurs today. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing at the moment, but there you go. Hope everyone's well on this Saturday morning. Again, bit overcast up here. Not great, to be honest with you, but not freezing either. So I think it's just going to be one of them. Hopefully, it'll brighten up a bit later on. Yeah, again, I hope everyone's well this morning. We are no doubt going to delve into it. Listen, let's see what you've got to say about what's going on this morning, because you know what, I've talked a lot, to be quite fair. Probably too much. But like I say, there's no football today, so we can't win, but we can't lose either, can we? Can we? It's one of them. I will say a few hellos and we'll get into it. Why not indeed? Why not indeed? Wembers is in. Morning to you, Wembers. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. He says, morning, boys, and all in the chat. Here's a spooky premonition for you. I woke up earlier and switched on the TV, and there, right on the screen, was the big match revisited from 77. Spurs v Fulham in Division 2. At least it won't be Division 2. I'm joking. Listen, I'm very angry, so I have to make light of it a little bit. I'm in jest. That is what it is. Good morning, Steve, to you. Good morning, guys. He says, scenario I can see happening. We win the Champions League and get relegated. That would be so Spursy. Steve, it would be so Spursy, but honestly, I can't see us winning the Champions League, mate. Not with a predicament we're in at the moment. And don't get me wrong, it looks like we're playing better football and everything in the Champions League, but the real stuff starts now. The real stuff starts. You know, it'll be an absolute miracle if they get past Madrid over 2 legs. Just can't see it happening the way we're playing at the moment. But, you know, stranger things have happened again. As always, morning to you, Steve. Hope you're well, mate. John's in. Morning, John. Hope you're well. He said, I've already posted the show on X. Big up to you, John. Appreciate that, mate. Thanks very much. Thank you, everyone. That's great. Cheers, John. Rodney says, big up. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely. And Jimmy says, big up, everyone. Good morning from a cloudy northwest. It definitely is cloudy, Jim, but hopefully it'll break up later on, mate. It'll break up later on. Marianne's in. Good morning, she says. Good morning to you, Marianne. If I click on it, there you go. Good morning to you, Marianne. Hope you're well this morning. How do we feel today? Is it like, because we haven't got a game, you're just going to have a normal Saturday today? You know, without the stress of it all until Tuesday next week, whenever it is, when we play Atletico, and away we go again. Nice to have a little chat, really. Just a little, you know, we get so deep into the football. I think it's good once a week that we can talk about it, yeah, but without being too mega in depth, because we do, as you know, we get people on the show to talk, give their views, and you know, other YouTubers, and we don't want to seem like we're saying the same thing over and over again. It's difficult sometimes. But yeah, we'll get into it. We'll talk about Spurs anyway, no doubt. Lee's in. May the force be with you. Come on, you Spurs. And Marianne says, may the force be with Spurs. It'd be nice. It'd be nice, Marianne. Just for maybe a couple of games, if the force will be with us. Did you see the Teddy Sheringham Talk Sport interview? He's completely right. No, I haven't seen it yet, Lee. I'm not going to say to you I have when I haven't, but now you've raised it to my attention, I will have a look, mate. I will definitely have a look. Mario's in. Good morning to you, Mario. I hope you're well, mate. Having a great day, chilling, doing whatever you do. It's all good stuff. There you go. Rich saying the same thing. Big up to you, Rich. He says, morning, Cookie. A reprieve from Spurs for a weekend. Thank Flip for that, mate. Yeah. Yeah, there'll be some... just trying to think what's on this weekend. Because I don't even look at international. Is it international football on this weekend? Oh, FA Cup, isn't it? FA Cup and international break in a couple of weeks' time. Yeah, 3 weeks' time. And it's 3 week international break as well. It seems ever so long, doesn't it? It's a long time. There you go. Teddy said get Harry and he would help. Yeah, and Harry's been out. I did see that Harry had been out again yesterday and said, look, I'm here. Of course I'll help, but they won't ever ask me. You know, obviously he's got his Cheltenham stuff going on with his horses running, you know, next week. But, you know, he's the one that's come out and said it. I'm here. He says, I'm here to help. So if he's not getting the call, how can he help? It's not up to him to ring them, is it? Mary says, it's very likely Tudor would have lost his first 6 games with Atleti, Liverpool and Atleti next 3. He just can't be in charge for that Forest game. He just can't. Well, they've come out and give him the old, what do they call it, vote of confidence. Yeah, he's staying, and whatever yesterday, whether it was strictly a vote of confidence or just to sort of put the rumours to bed that he was going to go this weekend is your guess. It is what it is at the end of the day, and I don't think he's going to go anywhere yet. What's this missus doing here? She's got tea here. Hold on. Thanks, love. Ta, sweetheart. Ta. Look at that. Get a cup of tea as well. Look, new cup of tea. Have some of that. Going back to your point, Mario. Look, you know what I think. I think that they should move heaven and earth to get Harry in and give him as long as possible. Again, whether it will make any difference or not, yeah, and he can do anything is a different matter altogether. But if you don't try, you don't know, do you? And it seems to me this board just don't want to try. I don't know what they're seeing in you know. I don't know what they're seeing in what Igor's doing. And yeah, I know it's only been 3 games and he don't know nothing about the Premier League. But he's not helping himself by how he's setting his teams up. He's not helping himself. And I would imagine he's trying to find different ways, like I said yesterday. He watches them in training every day. You know, he's watching them on the pitch during the games. So obviously he's learning as every week goes past, but we ain't got the time of every week that goes past. That's the problem. Big up to you, Mario. Finn says, morning, Cookie, I've got a new Spurs chant. Eagles got a boat. Eagles got a boat. Will it float? No, it won't. But Eagles got a boat. There you go. I even added a bit on the M for you, Finn. Happy days, mate. Jimmy's in. Morning to you, Jim. Cookie, what do you make of Tudor saying no comment to question, would he be the manager at Liverpool? Very strange, that to me. Probably because he don't know what's going on with his own job now, Jim. I think he's come into England and he's come into Spurs and he's thought, oh, my God. Do you know what I mean? It's probably dawned on him after a week of training, a week against Arsenal, then another week of training, and he's thinking, I'm in trouble here, Jim. But as far as the Liverpool, I don't know, Jim. I don't know. Can you ever imagine Igor managing at Liverpool? Listen, he's a fixer, isn't he? He's not a long-term, as in, you know, you give him the job and give him a 3-year contract. He's not that guy. You can tell that from how it goes. Normally starts off okay. In this instance, hasn't started off okay, and normally doesn't finish well. We're just a mess, Jimmy. We're an absolute mess today, honestly, currently. Lee says pancakes with honey and strawberries today. Ooh. Lucky you, Lee. Lucky you, mate. Enjoy. And says, we're not going down on Tuesday. I bloody hope not. There's 9 games to go. We're winning Champions League. Tuesday, innit? I believe, yeah. It's Dulling wins it a day with a 95% chance of relegation. Oh, dear. Digital Angelio's in. Sack Tudor. Yeah. It's not even a case of like, I'm not trying to make it harsh in like sack him out. You know what I mean? You're useless. I'm not blaming him, to be fair. He's made some strange decisions, but it's not Igor Tudor that's put us in this mess at the end of the day, is it? So, yeah, you can have a moan up at him. But like I said yesterday, look further up, mate. That's where you've got to go if you want change. Big up to Sporting. Hope you're well, mate. I hope you are well, sir. And he says, good evening to the chat. There you go. Hope you're well, mate. I hope you're well. Matt's in. Big up to you, Matt. Morning to you. He's put. We know what you mean, Sporting. You're all right, mate. You're all right. Who thinks this then? Who in the chat? Yeah, because there's Aussie Angie's not the only person that's saying this. So is there anyone in the chat that would give Ange another go? Just asking, that's all. Because it's there. Right there. So I'm just asking for a friend. Is Ange the man for you to get us out of trouble? And the other Ange is in as well, 43 Ange. Big up to you. Hi, everyone. Have a good weekend. Hit the like button. Yep, absolutely. Get us to 50 as soon as possible if you can. 70 odd of you in here. Get us to 50 and we'll move on from there. Good stuff, people. Matt says Robbie Keane, or Klopp. Do you know what? I championed Klopp a long time ago after he'd left Liverpool. Obviously, the chances, because he said, "Oh, I'll never manage another English club again after Liverpool." But I was just told he'll never come, so forget that one. But his name's come popping out again now. Different people are mentioning his name. Listen, probably never happened, to be fair. But never say never in football. Good morning to you, Dash. Afternoon, I should say. Afternoon to you, fella. Hope you're well. Aussie Ange says Tudor has got no tools. Has not got the tools. Yep. Agreed. Alan's in. Morning, Alan. Tottenham Logic TV. Get over to Alan. Hit a sub for him over there. Morning, Mark. Hope you're well, mate. Dark times at our club. I can't see us getting out of it, but it's not over until it's over. And also, before I forget, big up to you, Alan. Big up to Nige for sending everyone over from Pure Coys this morning. I was listening in, mate, but I was floating about. That's why you never got many comments from me. So I was floating about. But it was a good show, man. It's a good show as always. There you go. The journey's in again. Let's get Cookie in the channel up to 50 likes. Yep, that'll be great. That'll be great. Matt says, Ange would have probably won the cup double and still got relegated. Listen, I don't think Ange is the man for us at the end of the day. No disrespect, right? Thanks for the cup and all that. Yeah. But I think his management skills, as in during the league performances, tells you everything, especially when he goes to Nottingham Forest and loses 8 games on the bounce. His first 8 games. And Forest have got another manager now, and they've started winning and drawing games. Just saying. You know what? Yeah, this was mentioned a while ago as well. Again, a classy manager, There's no doubt about it. He's done the biz before now. Again, whether he'll work at Spurs or not, I don't know, because the mentality's not there with the footballers that are there at the moment. Corey's in. Morning, Corey. I wear my badge with pride. Yep, me too, mate. And always will do. I can give a toss if we're in the Isthmian League, mate. I'll still wear my Spurs top. Obviously, we're Spurs fans, aren't we? Trouble is, we're getting bounced all over the place at the moment, here, there, and everywhere, which is all right when it can, you know what I mean. You know how it is. It's hard work, isn't it? Yeah, no new manager bounce either. It's correct. There hasn't been one, has there? So do you carry on searching for one, or do you just resign yourself to the fact that, you know, we're in trouble and probably going down? Alan says Harry will kick these players up the arse. He don't care about being liked and won't pander to them. I agree with that. Excuse me. Him, Hoddle and Sherwood as a free to save our club. And this is the thing, Alan, isn't it? It's not just about being relegated. It's almost feels like as Tottenham fans as saving the club. Again, people have got this idea that if we go down, then maybe it will get either ENIC to reset or sell. Listen, I'm not no businessman at the end of the day. Maybe it will. I'm not saying that wouldn't happen. You know, listen, if I could sit here now and say, no, I couldn't say it. No, I couldn't say it. I'm not going to say it. No, I'm not going to take relegation to get ENIC out. That's just not me. I can't do it. I can't do it. They've got to go one way, shape or form, right? Listen, to me, again, whether people agree with it or not, Spurs and all the lads have been, you know, doing the protest thing for a long time. A long, long time, right? They got laughed at, took the piss out of, all sorts, you know, loads of stuff that wasn't very pleasant. Fans walking past on match day, what are you standing there? You know what I mean? You can imagine anyway, without, you know, going too deep into it. We've proved that we can get people there because we've had about 2,500 there once at a protest. Right? Let's look. The easiest way to put it is for all the fans out there, right? Is that if you want ENIC out, turn up to the protest. Turn up to the protest. As Nigel said earlier on, Sav stuck a video out there. If you get 10 minutes, I think it's 11 minutes long, something like that. Get over to his channel. Just listen to the thing, and it's almost like a call to arms to everyone. Because I think it really is finally sinking in how bad it is. And it's bad. For our football club, for our fans, it's bad. I'm not bothered about them, whether it's bad for them or not. I couldn't give a monkeys. It ain't my money. Plus, they've wrecked our football club for however many years from their underinvestment in the team, by the way, and employing people that buy the wrong players or buy players that are not worth the money that they're spending. We're good at that. Alan, listen, look, they've got to get some Tottenham people in there. They've got to, mate. They've got to. But see, the thing is, I'm loath to think that they will, Alan. And the reason being is they don't want these people about. It's almost like they want to foul. You know, surely, Alan, right? Look, let's see. When they got rid of Thomas Frank, right? Surely you do that before the window. You can see what's happening. If you're football people, we know they're not. who they're relying. If they're relying on Lange to just carry on and do whatever he's doing, then we are bollocksed. But listen, they're the ones making the decisions every day. For me, get some Tottenham people in there. Try and get a bit of feel good around the place. Like Alan says, even if it's 3 of them, you know what I mean? And if Harry's not there all the time, someone like an Oddle and a Sherwood can still get the message across. Well, we've tried other shit. That's what we haven't tried. But why won't they try it? Why are they so averse to trying it, to getting Tottenham, ex-Tottenham players or managers or whatever on board to try and help out with explaining to some of these players what it means to be playing for our club? Because I don't think most of them get it. And no, we're not any more special than any other club. But when they come and play for our club, to us, that is special. And they're just not putting it in. They've give up. Too many of them have give up. You can tell when you're watching them, again, the hiding thing again. The lack of movement. Confidence is key. Because if you're not playing with confidence, you're not gonna, I don't know, thrive a little bit, I suppose, during the game. And you know what it's like as well, when you're down where we are, everything goes wrong. You never get any luck. Whether it's bad ref decisions, conceding goals, not communicating with your players properly, with your teammates. It all goes wrong. But big up to you, Alan. Yeah, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. Corey says, I used to wear my badge with pride, but recently I want to hide. I used to see all the greats, but now these players make me sit around and debate. None of them could tie the laces of club legends. Agreed, Corey. I agree with that, mate. How stupid are the Adams family when the world and his wife says, get Harry, and they don't? Beyond thick. Yeah, look, Lee, we can all see it, mate. We can all see it. And it's mind-blowing that they can't. But because they're not football people, Lee, they don't get it. It wouldn't surprise me if they've never heard of Harry Redknapp. The Lewis kids that are older than me. Do you know what I mean? They just got no clue. Mate, they've got so much money. They don't fucking care, do they? They don't care. Big up to you, Nige. Thanks for the raid, mate. Appreciate it. Great show this morning, as always. Very, very good. Dash says he can't believe we haven't won a single derby this season. Can't believe a lot of things I saw this season, but this is so disappointing. I think that's meant to be when. When will anyone take us seriously? When we start winning football games, Dash. Unfortunately, because when you're 2 in 20 or whatever it is, and they put that form guide up and all it says is last. Oh, Drew. Last. Drew. It's soul destroying, mate, isn't it? And that's why people take the mick out of us all the time, Dash. It's all got to be ripped down, unfortunately. We need new owners in. It needs ripping down. It needs getting people in place that are good at their jobs. Getting rid of half of them upstairs, if not more, all of them, just to get them all out. You know you're never going to get them all out until they sell, but get them out and get people in that have got a Scooby about football. Because they obviously haven't. They think we're just going to bob along singing a song with Tudor and everything's going to be all right. I don't know if they can count or not, but we're 1 point above the relegation zone. With Liverpool next. Dumbasses. Marianne says it's difficult for any manager with the available players who are just not good enough and have no fighting spirit. Agreed. And Marianne, you know, it's absolutely spot on with the comment because we're watching it every week. So there's no one here can say that this team has got much fighting spirit because I don't see it. You might see it for 5 minutes. You might see it at the start of the game. You think, oh, yep, they've lifted a little bit. But it soon wears away. It soon wears away. And there is no fighting spirit. Not that I'm seeing anyway. Not what I call fighting spirit. That's where you play wing backs and wingers. But unfortunately, Leo, we ain't really got any wingers, have we? They're all injured. Tell's out on the wing at the moment. Moani on the other side. Yeah, it's just hard, mate. It's just hard, Leo. It's so difficult to try and work out what we're going to do, mate. It absolutely does your Swede in, mate. Honestly. Big up Digital, yeah. Chips, eggs, and big up to you, mate. Big up to you. Why not indeed? I'm just not eating at the moment, Leo. I love a fry up, mate. You know, the missus does the best fry ups, but there used to be a calf that I used to many years ago, a long time ago, when I used to deliver down. You must all have heard of Hoddesdon and Hertford, you know, out that way. If you're from down that way, and there was a great calf when I used to be out delivering on me run in Hertford many years ago. But you know, when you go to a calf and every time it's nice food and you really enjoy it. It was one of them. It was only just a regular run-of-the-mill calf, you know. Most people that go in there were lorry drivers or factory workers that, you know. But it was lovely and not really found one since, to be honest with you, that lives up to the... I mean, that was when I was working and you know, burning it off and everything else. Back in the day, that was a long time ago, but great calf, mate. Great calf. Rob's in. Big up to you, Rob. Morning to you, fella. Morning to you. Teddy said Igor is learning on the job. Right, there you go, Lee. We ain't time for that shit. No, we haven't. And that's what makes it even more crazier. It's what makes it even more crazier that we're falling like a bag of stones. Yeah, Enoch have employed the fella, and I'm not having a go at Igor again. Who is he to say no? Do you know what I mean? And Enoch have employed a fella that's got no Premier League experience, that, as Teddy said, he thinks he's learning on the job. And as Lee said there, we ain't time for that shit. How long have we got? What are we doing? We're going down to the last game and we need a win or something to stay up. Is that Enoch's plan? Just not living in the real world as far as football's concerned. Do you know what? I don't know. Well, you know what I think? I think they're just trying to eradicate football anyway. That's my view. In 10, 15 years' time, I don't think there'll be football at that stadium. Again, that's just me, though. If they're still in charge. But yeah, we haven't got time for it, mate. There's no time for it. You know, with 8, 9 games left, whatever it is, forgive me, whichever one it is. We need the points. We need them now. Get out of this. I'll tell you what, we go in that bottom 3, right? We're going to have trouble getting out. Honestly, we're a point off of it now. If we sink into it, we're going to have big problems getting out. Rob, it is what it is, mate. It is what it is, mate. Just because he won the cup, everyone thinks he can come back, do, and save us. He ain't going to save us, mate. Not losing 22 league games in a season, whether you've won the cup or not. And listen, don't give me all this old baloney that they threw it. It's a load of old shit, that is. I'm sorry. No one throws games, Premier League games, when it's your bread and butter, whether you're out trying to win a cup or not. Yeah, he might have put weakened teams in or whatever you want to call it, right? But I'm not having that. I'm not having it. But that's just me. You know, if someone come up to me as a footballer in any phase, whether it's Premier League, Sunday afternoon, Saturday afternoon, you know, non-league football, whatever it is, if my manager come up to me and said, you know what, kid, just bob along today. No, nothing. You ain't got to try and do anything special. You what? No, it's not happening. It's a joke, man. Honestly, just get some Tottenham people in. I'm fed up of saying it. Honestly, my hair's a mess this morning. Not a right mess. Might be shower and shave later, or bath and shave. Who knows? Might treat myself. Not in a million years, mate. Yeah, no to Ange. Shem says no to Ange. Big up, Corey. Look at some of you. You blame Frank when this rot of this once proud club comes from the top. I'm trying to read that, Corey. It ain't come out very well. Sorry. I think you're talking about wages and subpar players. Have you blinded by managers? And hell no to Ange. Sorry about that, Corey. I've butchered that a bit, but I couldn't work out what that said there. Sorry, mate. I get you though, Corey. I get you. 1 billion% no to Ange. No to Ange. No way, Ange. Sporting says, I don't think Ange would be an option. The main reason is you don't have the players to risk an injury with his high line and players busting a gut to get back. But as you know, Journey, he's not going to change. Here's what it is. Listen, he's gone. He's done. He's had another job and been sacked since then. So he ain't that great, is he? Again, thanks for the cup. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the cup. Great stuff. But not thanks for being 17th and being where we are now. Unfortunately, not yet dilution. And again, I am not taking it out on Tudor. Yeah, I just think he's been dumped in the middle. Didn't realise what he was getting into. He looks blank in his press conferences. He answers a question. Just looks to you know what I mean? And he just looks blank. I don't think he knows what to do. I really don't think he knows what to do with anything, what he's got available. I just don't know, mate. It's just an absolute shit show, mate. And it makes me think even more that these divs upstairs just don't want us in the Premier League no more. And what they get out of that, I've got no idea. That'll be the next one. We'll go down, and then throughout the summer it'll be, well, we've got no football people. Well, whose fault's that? I think, who was it that said to me? It might have been Nigel or Mark. Someone said to me, the problem is with this club is that the people running it upstairs have got no accountability. Just mistake after mistake after mistake. Then someone might say something. Look at the crap we've seen coming out of our football club. You know, you've got Vinay and Lang there that are supposed to be in charge of the football, and there's people in it that are on the board going over their head making decisions because they can't. Ange taught the players to throw league games. Sole reason we're in this mess. Tintac Igor. Just names pop up. They're 96% football, social media BS. Dash says he wouldn't bring back Ange. He's got us a trophy, but 17th place finish is just not for us. I wouldn't hire any of the previous managers except Posh or Conte. And listen, I just want to echo what Nigel said when I was listening to him. You know, I'm not trying to say that the right manager comes in, we stay up, and then next season we go and win the league. Or in 3 years we go and win the league. This football club, as Nigel said, has never been that type of team. We'd love them to be that type of team. We've been up there. You know, we've been up top 4, top 6. We had a couple of years under Potts when that was our time, to be honest with you, but he weren't never backed. You had the 512 days, whatever it was, where probably if they'd have spent 40 or 50 million quid, he'd have got over the line. We're not to know, but he probably would have done. And yeah, Poch made bad decisions before anyone says anything. He did. We know that. But that was our time. That was our time. 2 or 3 years of Champions League finals, being up there in the league, thinking you weren't going to get beat, like Mark says, every time you played at home. And we are where we are now, 7 years later. Or whatever it is, 8 years later. In 20 years' time, people will still be arguing on about listen, here's what it is. Big up to you, Epic. Big up, man. Mario says, it's crazy to think the likes of Harry, Glenn and Sherwood are literally waiting in the wings to step in and help. And that useless board are just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Can't make a proper decision, Mario, can they? And again, I know it's what we want, yeah? But surely, they must see it. No, they can't see it. I forgot. They're not football people. How long do they let Igor go on for before they say, whoa, hang on a minute. Whoa, we need points. We're in trouble now. We're in the relegation zone. Again, madness. For me, it's madness, absolute madness. They're just incompetent, absolutely incompetent. Lee said the fact that there's been no manager bounce is the worst thing. Listen, it's this is correct from EPEC. This is where I am with it. For the reason, not because I think the players are good enough, but the reason being, again, I don't want to go down. Me, that is. That's just me. We all knew Tudor wasn't the guy. It's still salvageable, but is it salvageable under Enoch? This is the problem, mate. This is the problem. You're spot on, though. Spot on, mate. Well, listen, whether you think the players are good enough or not, whether you think they're good enough to get us out of it, I say, yeah, get the people in that are capable of doing the job, e.g., a Redknapp, a Sherwood, and whoever, right? Redknapp and whoever, right? From that understand Tottenham and try and get in their heads. I don't know what else to suggest. The chances are it's probably a 1% chance, 2% chance, whatever, that he could do something. But at least we know, right, as fans, that if he went in and had 9 games and we get relegated, right, we've tried. I think we all agree that probably he's the best man to get something out of him. Whether he's been detached from football, listen, this geezer lives football. Just because he's not a manager, it don't mean he's not up to date with what's going on. He might not be in the dressing room, but he is not a silly man. And I'm just looking for something to give us that tiniest bit of hope. Yeah, I'm Roy Keane, mate, as well. I'd have Harry and Roy Keane. All three of them. And an Oddle as well. Put him get Oddle on the board or something, or give him a role. Aussie Ange says, Ange won everywhere he went. He knows what winning feels like. He deserves another go. And in the keys to Spurs, and we will go far, far down to the Championship. Big up to you, Aussie Ange. Dilution. The banter our club is getting at the moment is on another level. Well, it's going to be, mate, isn't it? Dilution, it's going to be. We used to get bantered when we was doing all right. It's going to be murder now. Whoever you bring in, it's down to the players, and so I don't think they will be listening to Harry. I think your set of players will tell you, who the F are you, you old man? Maybe. But then that'll tell me everything about the players that are at our club, won't it? And if that's the case, yeah, fuck them all off. If you, as a footballer today, haven't got a bit of respect for Harry Redknapp, right, whoever you are, whoever you think you are in that changing room, but listen, it tells you a story, Daniela. It tells you a story of where we are. And even now, I feel like they're having a paddy because they're having to listen to another coach, giving them another lot of different direction, and they're just not there, mate, for it. They don't give a toss about Igor. They're like, who's Igor? Who? They're obviously not doing it for him, are they? Like they haven't done it for the others. But I just think that Harry can get into headspace. That's just me. And we've nothing to lose, have we? If Igor stays, we're going down. We're so far off of it. I mean, we've just been spanked 3-1 at home by Crystal Palace. And not in the best place themselves. I'm just like, give it a chance, see what happens. Yeah, we have to move on, unfortunately. The members of the board should admit to being failures and go, then get football people on the new board. Yeah. At least get some football people in, Marianne, you know? It was golden, I think. I think it was. You know, I was expecting it. I thought we might nick a draw out of that game, but when you see how superior Arsenal were and didn't even get out of second gear, really. You know, and then you've seen against Fulham, yeah, they battle more. They might not have the quality that Arsenal have got, but they've got the movement. Yeah, you saw the movement from them, the little 1-2s, Oscar Bob, Robinson down the left, Munoz down the right. They play for each other and they work for each other. We haven't got that. And then we get to Palace in the week. I'm sitting here before the game and I'm like, I know this ain't going to happen. I'm like, come on, you got one more chance from me. Otherwise, I'm going to go steaming in. They're not interested. They're not interested. The majority, not all. I don't want to label them all with the same brush, but pretty much it's been a disaster. And why 11 blokes can't G themselves up to get out on that pitch? It's beyond me. It's beyond me. Like we say, every game's a cup final now. And it has been. We've lost the first 3. We didn't even get in the semis. Lost them all convincingly. We've got to do something. Otherwise, we're going down. Morning, F. Sank. Morning to you, kid. Hope you're well. Lee says, why haven't we got Sherwood, Harry, Oddle, Sherwood, Teddy Defoe in the club anyway? Working in football recruitment. Should have been done years ago. It's just basic common sensely, isn't it? It's just basic common sense to me. It honestly, it does my Sweden, mate. It just does my bouncing. I can't get my head around it all. What's going on? Big up to you, Golden Sun. What gets me with some of the fans all chant they want ENIC out, but turn their nose it up at people who do it. Then the fans go in the stadium just to boo the club and the players. Again, I'll come back. The message has to be now, ENIC out. If you're going to show your displeasure in the ground, listen, I'll make it as plain, easy as possible for everyone. All right? The players ain't good enough. Yeah. The managers haven't been good enough because the players haven't been good enough. And the board haven't been good enough. Vinay and Lang haven't been good enough. Mackenzie, the scout, hasn't been good enough. And you know what? Anyone else that you want to mention, even Doris, whatever her name is, she ain't been good enough. So if it's not good enough from everyone, it needs to change, doesn't it? Common sense again, it needs to change. Oh no, I'm sorry, I forgot the real main importance of all this. Fuck the team and make money. Forgot about that. Sorry to be so blunt, but isn't it? It is, isn't it? Oh, God. Interesting question. Interesting. I would say, now bear in mind, this geezer's 40 now. 40 years old. Yeah? He lets his brain do it for him. He don't need to. He's just still a very, very good player. Looked after himself for many years. I don't know. Listen, I would say it's age-related, personally. But when you think about it, would you have Modric or anything else that's in your team at the moment, even at 40 years old? We ain't got no class like that. Listen, when you're talking about Ange, I'll just let you do your thing between yourself. I don't want to bring... Listen, he's gone. He's gone. He ain't coming back. Frank's gone. He ain't coming back. Right, what's the point of talking about him? Yeah, they're gone. We're where we are now. We need to worry about where we are now. Let's just get a bit serious about it for a minute. We can all have a bit of jest, but, you know, we're talking about the future of our football club here. By the way, I'm not having a go at you lot. Don't think I'm having a go at you lot in the chat. I'm not. I just don't want to keep bringing the Ange comments out. You know what I mean? He's not here anymore. Let's talk about what's going on now. He has affected what's going on now, the same as Frank coming in and being pragmatic has affected what we've got going on now. They're you know, but he's not coming back, and Frank's not coming back, and Tudor's here now. Yeah, we're in a perilous situation, is the only way that I can put it, with a manager that's, I just don't think gets it. And I'm not calling him thick, or he's probably a very good manager, right? But he's not managed in this league, and it's different. And I think he's just struggling. I think he's doing his best. To be honest with you, I'm a bit thingy with his team selections. I'm not really on board with what he's doing there. But again, like I say, is he watching them and he's thinking, look, I've got to try and do something different here because they're just not doing it? Is he looking for a way rather than looking at them and saying to them, you got to pick the game up, boys? But are they capable of doing that? Probably not. As we keep saying, probably not. A load of them look like they've checked out. F-Sank says, Sheringham said it all yesterday. Tudor will relegate us. Need some Spurs legends to come in to sort out his mess. We need as many fans to show up at the protest for the Forest game. So if you can make it, let's do our bit and get down there. That's all we can do as fans. The rest is out of our hands. Yeah, it is, mate. It is. Look, 2 weeks is a bit short notice for some people, right? Or whatever it is, couple of weeks' time, innit? What I would say is that if you want change, and you feel like ENIC are doing your football club a disservice, right? Do everything you can to get to the protest. If you think ENIC are doing okay and you're happy with how the football, don't come to the protest. That's fine. Everyone's got their own overall opinion of what's going on. But I know there are thousands of fans out there that are not happy. Not happy. And again, I think the time has come where the finger, rather than in the ground, popping off at Tudor, popping off at whoever, get the chance going for as long as possible, ENIC out. Let them know that you're not happy. And then we can take the next step of the protest, but let them know you're not happy in the ground. Even if you don't want to do it during the game, half time, before the game, they have to be let know. They've got to be told, unfortunately. Sporting says maybe ENIC should have to do another fit and proper test, just like new owners have to do. It's being sabotaged, Sporting, and people say I'm going too far, right? But has anyone seen anything else to tell you that that they're working in the best interests of the football club? No, they haven't. It's not just on Angie, ENIC are responsible, but I'm sick. Yep, there you go. It's not ultimately on him. It's not. It's not. It's just not. They built the squad. They bought the players. They pay the money. They pay the wages. They get the managers in. They sack the managers. Then they buy players for another manager who's already got someone else's players. Then they sack him. Then they'll buy another lot. And where does the merry-go-round end? And then you get people like Tudor having to come in, and try and make a team out of a bunch of players that were bought for 3 or 4 different managers that ultimately have checked out, the majority of them, and don't give a toss. Lee's in this morning. Big up to you, Lee, as well. Spurs winning Champions League and wanting Ange back is so Spursy. Marianne says the real culprits are ENIC. Listen, there's nearly 100 of you in here. Keep hitting that like button, please. Sorry, I'm trying not to ask too many times, but I don't ask, you don't hit it, all of you. So hit that like button for us. Get it cracking. Yeah, we're very low. Come on, get it up to 50 for us, ASAP. And then a couple of subs. Was exactly 50 short this morning of 1,000. We're on 950. So we're getting there. So if you haven't subbed, keep hitting that sub button for us, please. There you go. Big up, Corey. It could be. It could be too late by then, Mario. But there's two thoughts of looking at it. A lot of people didn't want to protest why the relegation thing was going on, because then all you're going to get from other fans is, what are you doing this for when we've got a big match today? That's what you get from them. And when I was talking earlier about when a lot of people never used to, well, there might be 10 showed up at a protest, your Stills, your Grahams, and I don't want to forget anyone. There's others, right? And people are laughing at them when they're walking past. I was at the one, there was 2,500 there. Yeah, there was still more people walking up and down outside the club shop than there was actually protesting. And they're taking pictures of us instead of stepping into the road and joining in. Because trust me, if it ever came to the day where the football club weren't here no more, yeah, would they be stepping in the road then? Fucking winds me up, man, honestly. What a great idea. I think they'll get stoned, probably, Corey, but you know what I mean? But yeah, agree with that, Wayne. Agree with that. But at the same time, Wayne, I will say that I don't know how to put it. Listen, he's the captain. He's an art. You know, while Romero's out, he can play football. There's no doubt. He's got pace. Yeah. Has he got to learn more about defending? Of course he has. Of course he has. No, there's no doubt about that. Right, but in a way, when I've watched Mickey over the last few games, it's almost like Wayne, that he's looking around thinking, well, is anyone else going to do anything? And I think he's really frustrated, Wayne. I do. You know what it can be like being on a football pitch. Yeah, you're doing your job to a point. Yeah. Last 3 games he hasn't really been, if not a bit longer. Right, but if you're playing football with people, whether they're your teammates or not, and it's just not happening, yeah, or you're looking at your team and you're thinking, where are the goals coming from? I'm keeping them out or trying to, but where are they coming from? I think he just gets frustrated. You've seen him going on these, these runs that he goes on more and more often. He's been caught with a ball 2 or 3 times as well, which is most unlike him. But he's going on these runs more and more often with the ball just to get us up the pitch a bit more. Because every time we go forward with it, 9 times out of 10, it just comes back again. So perhaps there is a part of that there, Wayne. I don't know. I'm just surmising. He hasn't been good, mate. He hasn't been good. But at the same time, you know it and I know it. He's probably gone in the summer. We need a clear out, Wayne, unfortunately. We just need a reset, Wayne, in some way, shape or form, Daniela says the reason they not got these ex-players is it gives the fans too much power. Is it to sack manager? The fans turn against you, but the fan hero, you can't sack them. Thanks, Daniela. Enid don't like being told they're wrong, says Lee. That's the trouble with family-run business. Flipping Adams' family. Yeah. Corey says Spurs right now are a game show. Listen to me on this. This is what you could have won if you choose box C. Yeah. Exactly. EPAC says, at least we have the NFL and go-karts. Morning to Colin. Oh, you well, mate? He says, I'm off to see Cardiff v Lincoln. Top of the table clash, proper football, no tourists. Let's hope the soccer gods can give me something this week. Well, and as you know, Colin, my boy's a Tottenham fan, right? He rang me distraught the other night. I got to tell you, Colin, it quite upset me, mate. To be honest with you, he's 31. Do you know what I mean? And he loves Tottenham. And he said, Dad, I'm just gutted. He said, I don't know where we go from here. Well, where do we go, Dad? I said, I don't know, Aaron. Down to the Championship, probably. And they're hoping it's just everything's going to be all right and they'll bounce back up again. I think they could be in for a shock. I honestly think they could be in for a shock. Anyway, Colin, look, what I wanted to say was my boy today is off the other way. He's gone up to Swansea because his mate's a Stoke fan. So he's gone away to Swansea today with his mate. And I think they stayed up in Swansea last night. And yeah, he's gone to watch that, mate, Stoke Swansea. So, and you're off to Cardiff Lincoln. So have a great day, the pair of you, mate, and chill. It's not your football team, Colin, at the end of the day, is it? It's not your Tottenham, so you can enjoy it, mate. Enjoy the game. Have a beer. It'll probably only be a £5, Colin, instead of £9. You know, and treat yourself to a £3 burger, mate. What can I say? Big up to you, Colin. Have a great day, mate. Golden Sun says, we signed Tell who didn't want to come. Same with Moani. Same with Gallagher. And we wonder why they don't give a fig. Big up, Golden Sun. Here we go. Corey's got a new job. Big up to you, Corey. Yeah. Yeah, I guessed it was, mate. I guessed it was because I know you've been struggling with work and that and life. I know you struggle. You know, I'm not. You've had your ups and downs. That's what I'm saying. So big up to you, mate. Just listen, get your life on course, mate. You got your little one, you got your little boy, yeah, and go work, earn some money, and look after him, mate. That's what you're here for, Corey. Now you got a little one, and you have to look after him, mate. And no doubt you're doing your best to do that. So big up to you. I hope it all works out all right, mate. I really do. Let's see if there's anyone in I haven't said hello to. Ellie's in this morning. Big up to you, Ellie. Hello and good morning, Cookie. Great show last night. And keep on saying it as it is. And if we do go down, we'll be here supporting your great channel. And listen, yeah, I just want to say, I see. Thanks, Ellie. Appreciate that. And thank you for your super chat last night as well. Appreciate that too. Let me just say, I have seen some comments saying, will Spurs YouTube channels be here if we go down? I can't speak for other people, but this channel ain't going anywhere. It's not going anywhere for a long time. As long as I'm here, it'll be running. Win, lose or draw. Tell your friends, tell your family. The Cookie and the Sheriff will be here, whatever division we're in. We're going nowhere. We're taking our club back up if they take us down. Don't you worry about that. There you go. Taking Theo to watch Spurs v Brighton next month. Going to take into my favourite cafe in London and a must-do right next to the stadium. There you go. That's what it's all about, Corey. That's what it's all about, mate. And there's nothing better, mate, and especially, you know, like yourself, when you've been struggling to get a bit of work and that, and you get a job, yeah, and when it is payday, something like Spurs Brighton comes up, because I know you're from down that way, even though you're a Spurs fan, and you can go, come on, Theo, we're going to watch football today, and it's not affecting you. You've got a few quid in your pocket. You know what I mean? You can live. Fair play to you, mate. It's what it's all about at the end of the day, Corey. It's what it's all about. F. Sank. Well, I thought he would have been gone after the game the other day, mate. But they obviously don't want Redknapp in today, or another, or anyone to do with football at Tottenham, you know, ex-Tottenham. And when you think about it, if they're trying to erode the football as such, right, why would they bring in Tottenham players? Because the stadium's about everything else, really, isn't it? It is, isn't it? Yeah, we still play football there, but they're not back in the football team. There you go. Great shout, Ellie. Great shout that, Gus. I don't know where he is at the moment, if he's working or not. Aussie Ange, I don't know. Gus Hiddink he was at Chelsea for a while, wasn't he, back in the day? Holland manager. Yeah, I've got his face. I forgot his face for a minute. Gus Hiddink. I remember now. I don't know what he's doing, Aussie Ange, to be fair. Someone might put it in the chat. Listen, we'll go for another 10 minutes. It's football free day today, as you can imagine, like most days are. We'll be going up the allotment to do a bit. I did post a little 3 or 4 minute video from yesterday to give you a bit of an update so you can see how it's changing up there for anyone that's interested. Nanny and Grandad audits. If you go to that, then you'll find the videos on there. You're more than welcome to go and have a look, everyone. And that's me, Mrs.'s little channel, by the way, for her allotment. So if you want to sub up to her, give her a little sub. We've gone from 59 to 65 when I shouted it out yesterday. I think 6 of you jumped in on it. So it'll only be a little video once a week. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Lee says, I loved going to the Cass in Tottenham before the game for a builder's breakfast. Sod that food in the stadium now. Yeah, the old builder's tea and bit of breakfast, and you might nip in the pub for a pint or two, you know, into the football. Another pint or two on the way out, probably another breakfast. Cookie, they will get full houses while we're in this relegation fight, says Ellie, and we are properly in it for the last 10 matches. We've been in free fall. Yep. Yeah, and we've got to do something, Ellie. You know that. We've got to do something. We've got to do something. There you go. F-Sank says, agree. It's a load of BS, and you had 14 defeats out of 28 in early March when the Europa League knockout stage started. There you go. There you go. Need to sit. Big up to you, Wembers. I'm not bringing no more Ange comments up now. That's it. Yeah, do you remember, Lee? Do you remember? You used to get a bacon cheeseburger from the bloke behind the Paxton, yeah, as well. What a legend he was. Yeah, I remember going to a Tottenham Arsenal game once, and a lot of you lot will probably remember this at different stages. We used to come from Northumberland Park End, and we'd walk down, let me think, we'd walk down, that's the Park Lane, we'd turn right and walk down behind where the shelf was. Yeah, so yeah, it was the Paxton. If you walk down towards the High Road from the Paxton end, from the other end of the Paxton, there used to be a big old wall there, and all the flag sellers and all that would be on the corner there. Well, there was a massive flag there one day of Andre Arshavin. I don't know if people will remember Andre Arshavin back in the day at Arsenal when Wenger was manager. And they got a picture of Andre Arshavin bent over with Wenger standing behind him with the comment, Andre, your arse needs shaving. Sorry, that's just my humour. I'm sorry. It was, though. It was true. It was true. And not just like a little flag, you know, one of them monster flags. Yeah, it was brilliant. Loved it. Loved it. Let's see. Marianne says, go and get pitchforks if Ange shows himself anywhere near White Hart Lane. Yeah. Ellie says, I don't want Ange back too much. I agree. And you go and have that shower or bath, have a shave and get down and put your manure down your allotment. I will do, Ellie. I will do. And we're going to have another few minutes. I'll just check through here and make it's Darren. Big up to you, Darren. Please keep hitting the like button. We still haven't got to 50 yet. We still haven't got to 50, and we've been hitting 70s, 80s, and 90s on the streams. So hit that like button for us. There's still enough of you in here to make a difference on that, and subscribe if you haven't, please. Darren says, did you see the Teddy Sheringham interview yesterday? He reckons we're definitely going down if Tudor stays in charge. I do too, mate. I do too. We need a Spurs man in now if we are to stand any chance of staying up. Agreed, Darren. 100% for me. Absolutely agree. Finn says, I remember going to a fry-up in a cafe in Chelsea once. The eggs were poached, the sausages were chipolatas, and the bread was bit of thinly sliced baguette. And it cost about 300 million. Big up to you, Finn. You should have not had your breakfast, Finn. Yeah? And put that into Tottenham, that 300 million you spent on that breakfast. Big up, Finn. Big up. Davy Jones is in. Morning. He says, we never get any updates on our injured players and when they are due back, like Maddison and Kozlowski. They are meant to be back soon. It's so frustrating. And not a lot does come out of the club, Dave, does it? When you think about it, you know, not a lot does come out, but they ain't got a Scooby, mate. That honestly, they really ain't got a Scooby, fella. And don't forget, I ain't put my banner up today. Look, I can't believe it. Look, this is that channel at the end of the day. So if you like what you're hearing, you like what you're seeing, and it gets better, we do the old fan call-in shows and all that regularly, twice a week, pretty much, where you're all more than welcome to come on and have your say. There you go. Kate's in. I wouldn't say Anson this morning, Kate. Jeez, honestly. Look, I've been dragged through a bush backwards this morning. Big up to MG. Big up to you, mate. Dingo Yed's in. Big up to Dingo Yed. Stokesy says, save our Doris. I'm sure Doris will be all right, John. I'm sure she will be. It'll be all right. Big up, John. There you go. Dingo said, yeah, you should complain. If you went to a restaurant and constantly given food poisoning you, well, you would complain. Agreed. Agreed. It's true, isn't it? If you went and bought a car, yeah, drove it out, yeah, and it broke down the road, are you going to get the AA out to tow you home, or are you going to ring the garage and say, oh, I just bought this car from you, fix it? Different thing, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Big up to Mark. Big up, mate. Love the dog. You know I love that dog. He's great. If Tudor is going, now is the time to do it with the FA Cup break. Oh, thank you, Mark. Sense at last. Thank you. Not saying that you lot got no sense, but you have. But someone has put a comment in, yeah, that absolutely makes sense. To me, anyway. To me. If they act at all, Mark. If they act at all. And this is a problem, isn't it, mate? Kate says it's not a football club, it's an entertainment club. The owner's football is secondary to those wankers. We fell off a cliff of the players we had. Yeah, Ghosted's in. Big up, Ghosted. Big up to you, Kate. If we go down, at least a lot of fake fans will find another club. That's a possibility, Ghosted, isn't it? Isn't it? That is a possibility. Joey says, big up to you, Joe. He says, Tudor isn't going. Right or wrong, he's not going, so you're all wasting your time. Don't look like he's going anywhere, isn't it? Ghost is saying that's the only positive I can find. Oh, God. Forest game's 2 weeks' time, I believe, Corey. 22nd of March, Sunday afternoon. I will be there, hopefully. I will be there, I hope. Well, I will be there because even if I haven't got a ticket for the game, the protest is on. So I'll be going. But just to let you know that in the international break, I'm going to try and work this out. I think I'm going away for a week because there's no football on. Because I don't want to miss bringing our games to you and doing what we're doing now and the chats with the fans and the fan call-ins and all that. So I will be having to buy a little computer to take with me so I can carry on doing this when I go away. Because I'm not leaving it for a week. No chance. I did that last time. I think we got on once You know what I mean? In a week, and this channel prides itself on being on regular, so that you've got regular content to watch. Big up Biker Yid. Hope you're well, mate. Can't just escape in this unless we get Redknapp and Sherwood in. But this manager Tudor plays players out of position, Mark. Hopefully some injured players come back soon. Yes, mate. Yes, mate. He does. And, you know, it is difficult when you've got so many injuries to play 11 round ones in 11 round ones. Do you know what I mean? But to me, in the position you're in now, again, whether you think the players are crap or not, play them in their rightful positions. And then I get it. If you get to 9 or 10 and one's got to go in that wouldn't normally play where he would, fine. That's fine. I ain't got, you know. But Archie Gray's playing about 8 different positions in every game. So, you know, we've got to get our players playing in their correct positions. And then at least once they're in the correct position where they feel more comfortable, then you can get into them about what you want them to do. But, you know, if you're playing Archie Gray right wing or left wing or wherever, or Porro at right centre back, if you like, they're not playing in position. So sometimes, don't get me wrong, like when an Harry there and again, Bell was a left back, he saw something in him in training, he thought, right, kid, you're going in left wing or left midfield, whatever you want to put it. And it worked. It worked. But what I'm saying is in the grander scheme of things, the position that we're in now, we're playing players all over the gaff, Gallagher out of position. Play your strongest team with players in their correct positions and then go from there if you're short. Again, will it really matter if he does that? Maybe not. But at least give yourself a chance, because you're not giving yourself a chance playing 3 or 4 blokes out of position every game. Nige says at least Spurs won't ruin our weekend. That is very true, Nige. That is very true. Hopefully it'll be a nice chilled weekend, mate. This weekend I might even do a little roast tomorrow. Stick it on after the brunch in the morning. I ain't had a roast for ages, roast dinner. Well, I had roast potatoes last night. Don't tell anyone, because I'm not eating properly anyway. I just like pick. Just pick, so I can have what I want, really. But the old weight's still falling off. That's a good thing. Ghosted, what else have we got, man? What else have we got? And plus the fact that the more people that turn up, yeah, the better. You know, because we're not just going down to the protest, we're going out to meet some of you lot that are in the chat as well. Some people will be going to the game as well. If I can get a ticket, I'll go. It's a long way to travel. But I would go, because I feel like I need to get in there and do my bit of supporting in the ground and not just seem like I'm the bloke lambasting them on the telly, because I do support them and I will support them on the pitch, whether I think they're crap or not. But, you know, I will do my best. Well, I'll be coming down for that anyway. If that's when the protest definitely is, the first one anyway, the Forest game, I will get down there. I think Redknapp just runs the gaff, doesn't he? You know, I think it's one of them, Nige, where, you know, when you've got an assistant like Harry's used to be Kevin Bond, didn't it? You know, back in the day. He relied on Kevin Bond for everything. Now, Harry, obviously, he's got older. He's not stupid. I'm sure he'll be in the changing room on game day. They've got a zillion lodges at the training ground, which I'm sure they could turn one of them into a little house for 3 months for him and Sandra. And you talk about stuff like that. I know, Nigel. Yeah, for me, I'd say bring Jamie as well. He knows Spurs. Bring Jamie. Let him have a chat with some of them. Let him have little ones-to-ones walking around a training pitch. Get into them. And if it don't work, it don't work. Isn't it? It's a last resort straw, if you like. Sorry, Mark. There we go. Mark, it's sheer neglect by the club. The cheek of Vinay saying he will go, oh, mate, up. He can go as big as he wants, mate. Do they know what they're buying or who they're buying? Have they got a clue who these people are that they're going to go and buy? Or is he just a money figure again? Oh, I don't know who he is, but he's worth 60 million. Let's go and buy him. This I agree with. We ain't beating Liverpool. There you go. That was difficult for me. The players need us right now. We can't walk out on a team regardless. No, Nigel, we can't. I agree with that as well. You know, look, listen, I think we all agree that the crop of players at Spurs, for whatever reason, is not doing it. Right? But we support Tottenham Hotspur at the end of the day. And again, you can, if you're at the game, you can view displeasure and whatever else. But what I will say is, don't go in on the players, right? Don't go in on that. Don't go in on the coach. Straight in on Enoch, and make it loud and proud. Make it loud and proud. Tommy Casey, morning, Tommy. Tommy, lad, hope you're well. Hope you're well, fella. Thanks. Thank you. I'm going to do one more call for this. We're on 60. Can we have one more boost from whoever hasn't liked? Because we're going to go in 5 and I don't want to ask no more. Right? Hit that like button for us. Get it as high as you can, anyone who hasn't. And hit the sub button for us. That's it. I'm done asking for it. Thank you very much. There you go. The Marks and Mates show. Why not? Why not, Corey? Logan's in. Big up to you, Logan. Hope you're well, mate. Chill out. I know you're you stress out a bit, Logan, as well. Right? Listen, it's the weekend. No Spurs. Enjoy it, mate. Enjoy the weekend while there's no Spurs. We'll deal with Spurs again. Well, we'll deal with them tomorrow morning on the brunch. But nothing too serious this weekend, man. And we'll get back into it on Monday with Athletic on Tuesday. All right? Let's just chill this weekend because it's 24 hours full on. Especially for a YouTube. It is with the way it is at the moment for Tottenham. This football club does not leave my head. Don't think I'll walk away from here and it's like, it's gone out. It's not. It's not. Not for me, it's not. And it'll be nice to have a weekend where in a minute, I can leave you lot knowing that you're all getting on with your day and your weekend and enjoying yourself. And I'm going to be doing the same thing with my missus. And not giving two hoots about Tottenham for at least today, maybe for a couple of hours in the morning. We'll give an hoot again, and then we'll have a nice Sunday, and then Monday we'll get straight back into it again. Because I ain't letting these fellas off the leash. They're rubbish at the moment, and they've got to prove me different until I have any confidence in them. Here we go, 48 show to 1K. Come on. Get in there. Keep eating that subby. There you go. Joey says he'll have a gram with anyone that we ain't winning the Champions League. There you go. Mark says players won't even post an apology for getting sent off. No chance they are facing fans in person. There you go, mate. And it's only a bit of, again, Mark, it's respect, isn't it? It's just to have a bit of respect for the people that pay your wages. Post a little thing. Sorry to the fans, it was really stupid. I was under pressure, whatever. I've reached out, thought I could get away with it, but then I've grabbed him with the other one. It was a Stonewall pen. I'm just frustrated. apologies to all the fans. How difficult is it? How difficult is it? But perhaps they're then worried about, they post the apology and then they get all the abuse, or their media teams post it, and then you get the adverse reaction of the abuse on the replies, because you know what people are like today, mate. A lot of people are like, you know. Sporting says the players should meet each and every staff member, because it's them who are possibly going to lose their jobs if the worst happens. It might be the reality check some players need. Try everything, Sporting, didn't you? You try everything, mate. Every trick in the book to do something. And then, at least then, they can't say, well, we never left no stone unturned to make sure we didn't go down. Every stone's unturned at the moment. I'm going to struggle with it, Neil. I'm going to listen. Like, if we go down, Neil, I will prepare this channel for next season. We'll carry on through the close season so that we're relevant, and people don't think we've just disappeared. We'll carry on. We'll get our heads round it, mate, one way or the other, Neil. All right, and as difficult and as hard as it will be, we will carry on. And hopefully come back up next year, mate. It's not going to be great, Neil, because, you know, we're playing physical teams every week if we go down. But listen, mate, it is what it is, mate. It is what it is. There's no point. We're just fans, aren't we? We're just fans. Ghosted said, Tottenham reminds me of North Korea. You get slated for talking about the leader. Enoch and fans live in a delusion that everything's okay. Logan says, we do have a bunch of strange fans, Cookie, like when we're getting beat by Arsenal, our fans was getting their phones out recording and laughing. It's a joke. Thank you very much, Kate. Thank you. Appreciate it. It'll never change, Kate. This is who I am as a Tottenham fan at the end of the day. It'll never change. They might think they can change me. Yeah, but they can't change me, and they can't change a lot of us, because we use these. Yeah, they're using bits of paper with data on. We're using these. And because they ain't got a Scooby-Doo about football, they don't even know what they're bloody looking at. A lot of people that are in this, I went on my analytics yesterday, right? And just to let you lot know, generally there's somewhere between 60 and 100 people in here, right? And my catchment area, believe it or not, is 45 to 54 years old, the people that watch this channel. I think it was like 3% or something for the young'uns. There's hardly any young'uns in there watching it. Listen, I don't mind the 45 to 54-year-olds, mate. We're all right. Don't you worry about that. We've got life experience, haven't we? Eh? Well, sort of. There you go. Joey says my niece works there. There you go, Joe. There you go. We've all got someone, Joe, haven't we? We all know someone that, you know. Where we go. A lot of good honest people will lose their jobs if we get relegated. Bang out of order, in my opinion. Agree. This will be fine, Wembers, but if Lang's still here, it will be a dual director of football, which is exactly what Tottenham don't need. Unfortunately, we need a DOF that needs to be aligned with the manager, whoever that is. Once you get that, then you can start, you know, these two at the top out, Vinay and Lang, and whoever out of the 18, 20 people that are up there, out, all of you, out. Because if nothing changes up there, Wembley, the people that are on the board up there, there's one person that's got any football knowledge of the people that are on the board. They're all money people. It is. I said yesterday, Mark, you know, it's like having another kid for me, because I grew up with football from 4, lived local to Spurs training ground from the age of 6. My dad was taking me regularly. Went to a few games before that. But by the time I was 6, I was going most weeks, mate. Going most weeks. But yeah, it is only football and it's sport at the end of the day. And, you know, what's going on there is out of our control. But it doesn't mean we shouldn't have a voice in what's going on. But yeah, you know, today, no football. No Spurs anyway. Just chill out, innit? It's just a chill out job. Spurs business Emporio. Spurs business demographic plan is to attract the middle class to spend more. Oh, yeah. That's part of the reason why fans aren't protesting en masse. Middle class and up are too busy trying to make money, eating prawn sandwiches. Oh, this is a jolly good game, isn't it? What a joke, Emporio. I'm sorry. It's just a joke. Who gives a toss about a prawn sandwich, man? Or whatever it is. It's a football club. And I know you're all coming in the bottom there going, no, it ain't, Mark. Listen, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Just remember, you heard it here first. The dilution of Spurs. I made the video. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's on Nigel's channel on Pure Coys. Very interesting it was, by the way, as well. There you go, mate. We're not going anywhere, Paul. We're not going anywhere, mate. No, Jared, there's no bullshit on this comment, on this podcast. Why is that, mate? Because that's what it is. That's what it is, mate. There you go. Exactly, Mark. Exactly. On a plus note, we know Will Lancashire can score goals in the Championship. Absolutely. Get in. Feels in. Now, after setting aside the restaurant serve bad food, you just wouldn't go. There you go. There you go, Phil. You go once, it's shit. You don't go back, do you? There you go, man. Oh, give him a stroke from me, mate. We haven't got a dog. In my previous relationship, I had a dog. Waited a long time to have one, and then we split up. No dog. I couldn't take him with me. So it is what it is. But there's a little dog. I say little, it's a Labrador. Just over the road over here called Bonnie. Oh, mate, she's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I've got to say, one of these white Labradors, and she's so friendly. The kids love her. Do you know what I mean? She messes about with the kids. She's great. She really is lovely, lovely dog. You know, you pull up in the car. She's not our dog, but like she'll be on the green out the front there. You know, obviously her owner keeping an eye on her. And we'll get out the car. She knows who we are. She knows we stroke her. And straight away, over she comes. Back of the car. Give me a stroke. It's me, Bonnie. You know what I mean? Great stuff. Love it. Maybe, Paul. Maybe. It could happen, mate. It could happen. Let me go down to the bottom. I'm going to scroll through these a bit because I don't want to miss anyone on purpose. That dilution, I don't know, mate. I don't know. The first 3 games weren't good, mate. Were they? Listen, again, they're making a decision. I think we've all made it clear. You know, if Harry was about and he's already said, look, I'll do it. They've got to come to me though. You know what I mean? If they come to me, I'm not saying I won't do it, but if they don't approach him, then how can he say yes or no? I mean, surely there'd be something to it, but you ain't got to worry about work permits and shit like that. Yeah, and again, he's 80, he's old, he's an old man. Yeah, but he's got more knowledge in his big toe than I'll ever have about football. You got to remember, these are proper. When you're talking about people like Harry Redknapp, they're man managers, they're football managers, they're tactics people, they're everything. They don't leave it to other people to do stuff, not the important stuff. What, you know? Well, if you don't call important, saying for argument's sake, Tim, get in there and sort that lot out in that dressing room. Stick one up and. Well, Harry ain't going to do that. He'll do the arm round the shoulder, and Tim will raise his voice a little bit, or whoever it is. I'll still say get Oddle in little capacity. What a player! What a player! You know what I'll give for a Glenn on the pitch today, even with 10 other whatevers. Honestly, because you know you get your moment of magic. You know you get your goal from somewhere. Agree with that. Agree with that too. They should be gone yesterday, Neil. They should be gone yesterday. Biker says you walk out in 24 minutes during the NAC for the 24 years of this fraudulent ownership, but I can't see these fans doing it. Us fans can't let them get away with it anymore. Agreed. Again, sorry if you put so many comments in, you lot, and I talk too much. Edel's in. Big up to you, Edel. Big up, Mark, from sunny Hamburg. And big up to you, Edel. Hope you're well, mate. Daniela's saying, big match revisited. Spurs 6, Forest 0 on ITV4 now. And Wembley was saying earlier, he was watching one from 1977, when we was in Division 2, and we was at home to Fulham. That was on earlier this morning as well. Oh, it is, 1970s game. There you go. Different game, but, same era probably. F. Sank says, where's our 2 captains when we need them? Oh, yeah, too busy getting sent off in must-win games. Hey, I've got to the bottom. Rob Belcher says, Oxford United were my local team and I still support them. We won the Milk Cup Carabao now, beating QPR 3-0. Now we have Donnelly and Lancashire. Big Ron Atkinson, the tank, was skipper in the 60s, the famous West Bromwich Albion and Manchester United manager, amongst others, I hasten to add. What a character he was when he Ron Atkinson. So there you go. Mark says he'd rather have Harry, who will galvanise the players and let them be more creative going forward than Tudor. The players need a spark of confidence. Well, those who care, he says. I agree. Right, here we go. We're going to wrap the show up now. I'm going to go and do a bit up the allotment with the missus. We'll see if anything transpires today on Tottenham. If not, we'll leave it tonight, have a break. Because as you know, we're on probably 4 nights a week as well as every morning. We'll have a break tonight unless anything happens. And we'll be back tomorrow morning for the breakfast brunch. And Mr. Brown says, Harry Redknapp, West Ham man and boy, and supports Arsenal. Do you really think he would help Tottenham stay up and West Ham go down? Yeah, I do. Because I don't. He's not that type of geezer. He was a manager at West Ham. He was a manager at Tottenham. And he's been a manager at Portsmouth. And he's been a manager elsewhere. The West Ham job's not up for grabs, is it? Because Nuno's got it. And he's doing all right. We ain't doing all right. But it is what it is, Mr. Brown. Opinions. Listen, it is what it is. Big up to Kate. Thanks, everyone, for being in this morning. Really appreciate it. Listen, no football. Have a lovely, lovely day today. Yeah. Fair play, Mr. Brown. It's opinions. You know, you might be a West Ham fan. He might be your brother. For all I know, I don't know. It's just mine as well, though. You know, today in today's football, he might be a West Ham fan. He might be an Arsenal fan, right? But if he's given a job at Tottenham Hotspur, where he's been before and been reasonably successful, yeah, in the fact of he got the team playing football, not winning trophies, we're asking for a Tottenham person to come in and try and save us. There's probably a 1% chance of that happening because the players are awful. All right? But Harry's Harry at the end of the day. He'll either will or he won't. So it's up to him. Plus, he's got all his horses running at Cheltenham anyway. So, listen, it is what it is. Been a great chat, everyone. Thanks very much. We will be back tomorrow morning, 9:30 for the breakfast brunch. Please like and subscribe on the way out. Much love to you. Have a great day. Thank you. Cookie and the share.